So it looks like renyoo has won the rolls, and she elects to pick first. So ecicle will be banning first. I'm assuming that he wants to ban out HR or free mod. Yep, there we go. HR2 is banned by ecicle. Meanwhile, renyoo, I think, will probably want to ban the higher skill cap maps, because that is what ecicle tends to be better at. No, not the HD3 ban. I wanted to see that one. HR2 has been banned in both of the Grandfinals matches. So, just out the gate, we will not be seeing those. HD3 was also not played in the other Grandfinals match, so we will not be seeing that one either. ecicle bans free mod 2, which is a really good ban for him because renyoo absolutely destroyed it with a 600k play with HR in her match versus Bleh. So very well informed pick there. And renyoo goes for the no mod 5. That is, I think, is a pretty good ban for her since she is not the best on speed. It's one of her uncomfortable skill sets, so there we go. Our bans are in, and now renyoo will be picking her first map. Sorry, Toybot Part 2. Our one Toybot map got banned twice, I think. Unfortunate. But here we go. Into our first pick, HR3, once again for renyoo. It's one that she actually FC'd in our last Grandfinals match. Absolutely crazy stuff, and she's definitely hoping to repeat the performance. It's not as evil as HR3. Well, this was one that renyoo was able to absolutely destroy in the other Grandfinals match. So I think it's a lot of this is on ecicle. We'll see what he can do with this one. And here we go. Our Grandfinals match has begun. Hello, Nohead, what's up? The gang's all here. And just in time. ecicle seems to have some early tourney shakes here. Missing early, but it is not too big a deal here because this is renyoo's pick. There are plenty of maps to get through. Right out the gate, we can see that renyoo is a bit more comfortable with this HR, as both players break. But the ACK difference right now is pretty crazy. Oh, yeah, as renyoo drops a lot of accuracy, but there is still about a 5% difference in ACK, which is really helping renyoo out. This is across the board for both players. I think they're trying to get out their early tourney shakes right now. renyoo will not be repeating that insane performance on this map that she did before, but so far it's proving to be enough to hold off ecicle. Here we go into the next techie section of this map. This is a relatively short map, so there is a lot of score to be had towards the end of this one. If ecicle finds a huge combo and renyoo breaks, there could be a comeback potential here. Renyoo does find a break, but I think it's a little too late for ecicle to come back. And I think since it is such a short map, renyoo will be taking this one by a fairly close 40k margin, but a good start for her. Renyoo with the one miss. I think she had a slider break or so before that, but I think both players are pretty riled up and anxious about this one, considering it is the Grand Finals. Renyoo, by the way, is our third seeded player going up against ecicle, our #1 seed. So far she has done a pretty good job being the only player to take any points off of ecicle in this tourney. Ecicle's just going straight ahead for the DT2, knowing exactly what renyoo's weaknesses are. Our speed map. Renyoo performed pretty well on this map in her match against Bleb, but I think ecicle will definitely be very comfortable in comparison. This is a very short map as well, so any breaks will be pretty disastrous if the other player holds. True, this is a banger. And the map is very well done. Like, it's a very good DT2 map. 240 BPM. So this is definitely one that you need a really good amount of speed to handle. There are 5-note bursts, there are some triples here and there. But the map is overall pretty clean. Not too many sliders as filler in between patterns or anything like that. It's very straightforward. Mostly just, do you have the speed or not? But here we go. This is ecicle's first pick, DT2. Only 1 minute and 30 seconds of map here, so these players have to be careful not to miss too many towards the beginning. As ecicle does find a drop. Well, his shakes are still affecting him right now. Hopefully he's able to get that under control as we get into this map, because there isn't really that much map to go through overall. And ecicle finds a break again, actually, as we're near the halfway point of the map. Renyoo does trade later on, though, so there is an avenue back into it for ecicle. He will need to hold for a long time, though. Renyoo does have the AC advantage as well, but she finds another break, so this is giving ecicle a way back in. This last section will determine who wins this pick. Ecicle finds a slider break, though, and renyoo is able to maintain her lead through this last fourth of the map. Ecicle needs renyoo to break right now, or he will be suffering a break point. His first pick. Oh my, and that is going to be a break point for renyoo. Insane stuff from her. I did not expect that outcome. Just being able to keep that combo throughout the map. Only 2 misses. And while ecicle also has 2 misses, I think he found a few slider breaks here and there as well, which definitely cost him. This is already shaping up to be a pretty exciting match. Our 3rd-seeded player who only took 1 map off of ecicle last time. Already 2 up. But remember that we will be having a bracket reset if renyoo does in fact win this portion of the match. So if she reaches her 7 map limit, I guess, to win. And now she will be going into her own pick, which may let her increase her lead even more. Free mod 1. I think this one will definitely be a more contested map because it is CS3. So either mod could do very well. There's a bit of density to it, but it's AR9, so I think if ecicle tries to pick hidden, it won't be too bad. If we get a bracket reset, I feel like I'm gonna lose my voice or something. Oh my god. I'm not used to talking this much. Even just casting regular matches, I have to like rest my voice for a little bit. But there is a good chance that ecicle could come back on this map. I think he did prove to be very proficient with hidden in his match versus renyoo, so I think this could be a very close one. But let's see how this shapes out. renyoo going for the HR, and ecicle going for that HD. So we will have a conflict of styles here. renyoo will be having to keep up her mechanics and focus throughout the map, while ecicle will have to pay attention and make sure that he doesn't find any weird misses. That CS3 does make it a bit more dense, so both players will have to find a lot of focus. Make sure that they are not the first ones to find a break. Taking the hidden has already given ecicle a decent lead, but he does find a break. And by lead, I mean in the act department. In the combo department, actually going over to renyoo for now. But since she did take the HR, it is more likely that she'll find some kind of break eventually. The act lead still keeping ecicle ahead for now. But if the combo stays as it is, it will shift over to renyoo's favor eventually. For now though, we can enjoy this banger. Going into the break, ecicle's still ahead even though he missed earlier in the map. renyoo still has some work to do before she can take that lead. The act difference is really hurting renyoo, and as long as ecicle holds, it will be even harder. score is very close now. What am I looking at, man? What am I seeing with my eyes? Ecicle finds a miss! But so does renyoo. renyoo breaks again, and it's so close. But the ACK advantage, I think, for ecicle is going to let him win this map. I think if renyoo had only found that one break, it might have been like neck and neck, but since she did break a second time, it does go over to ecicle for this map. Crazy stuff from both players. renyoo holding on for so long with that HR, but ecicle able to bring it back with his vastly superior accuracy. But those are the trade-offs that you play with HR. Oh god, bench up please, bro. Alright, it looks like both players are settling in pretty well now. Less shake from ecicle on that map. But now ecicle has a chance to bring it back to an even game with his pick. But as we saw in the DT2, renyoo could strike back on pretty much anything. Speed has been one of her weaker skill sets, and if she's able to take it from a player like ecicle, then she could find herself with a breakpoint on most skill sets, I think. ecicle picking into the HD with HD1. I think this is a smart pick from him because he already is a bit warmed up with the HD from free mod 1, and renyoo will be having to switch skill sets from HR to HD. So I definitely like this from ecicle. renyoo did lose the HD1 to Blair in their match, so this is definitely an informed decision again by ecicle. I think he did his homework for this one. Unlike last time where he was just kind of picking randomly into things that renyoo was good at. I want to say the HD2. We'll see. If ecicle is able to take the HD1, he might try to pick into HD even more. But we'll see. I think neither of these players want to be playing the HD2 though. It's pretty tough. It's definitely one of the harder maps in the pool. But here we go. Into this banger HD1. Some awkward aim, some streamy elements towards the latter end of the map. But it's all about consistency here. 4 minutes of HD. I don't think we're going to be seeing the Nomad 6 until much later in the match. I don't think either player wants to spend one of their picks picking that if they aren't comfortable with it, which I doubt either player is. Breathe is really tough. So far, so good here. Nothing of note so far. eventually I would like to see an act battle if both players somehow end up FCing one of these maps, but that is definitely a long shot. Renyoo does find a miss towards the middle of this map. A really rough spot to break. Your score will be capped towards like 600k or so, maybe less. Since she did break right towards the middle. Meanwhile, ecicle still cruising along. Both accuracies are very similar though. So if they do end up trading misses back and forth, it could become very close again. We go into one of the tougher sections of this map. There is a bit of a tapping requirement built in. Oh, and renyoo missing on that stream towards the end of that section. So that will give ecicle the chance to capitalize, and I don't think there is a way for renyoo to get back into this map really. ecicle just continuing to combo through. And I think that will be an evening out, even as ecicle does miss. It will be ecicle evening out the score 2-2. This is becoming a very interesting match. But both players' accuracies pretty similar throughout the map. So I think neither player will want to risk an HD2 pick. But great stuff from ecicle. Really good score. 750k almost. Definitely showing why he is favoring HD in this match. But now it is renyoo's pick again. And she does pick into her favored skill set, HR1. This is a very challenging map though. Decent amount of tapping in this map, just all around, a lot of HR consistency here. But it does seem like ecicle has been able to calm his nerves, so I think this HR1 will be a little closer than the other one was. This map physically hurts, says renyoo. Hopefully that isn't literally. Yes, I took her FC. I just said, actually, you're not allowed to FC anymore. I want this pool to look somewhat difficult. my. Both players just love commenting on me, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully they're not listening to the stream, otherwise that would be very detrimental to their gameplay. I would hope. But here we go into our HR1. This will be a pretty interesting map, I think. Even though renyoo has shown that she is very consistent on this skill set, ecicle is also pretty proficient. It will definitely come down to the combos here. And of course, as I say that, ecicle breaks. This cursor is still having a few shakes here and there, so not quite fully ironed out for ecicle yet. It may just be the HR disrupting his aim though. There is a lot of map to get through. Over 3 minutes 30 seconds, I believe, for this map. So you have... Ooh, but ecicle missing on that back and forth slider, I think. Just showing a bit of discomfort here. Into our slower section, this might disrupt people's aim a little bit. Having to slow down in HR is kind of difficult sometimes. But both players actually cruising through it, so it seems as that section was just easy. Free combo, go next. But here we'll be going back to our standard BPM here. This map does get fairly difficult towards the end, so we'll have to see what happens there, but right now, ecicle at a huge disadvantage score-wise. He does have a large combo though. He needs renyoo to miss. I have been not commenting on the left side of the screen because I do not want anything to happen. Because of me. So I'm just omitting that portion. But huge combos right now. I'm not sure if ecicle really has enough time though, because renyoo is crushing this map. And ecicle does end up missing on that buzz slider once again. And that will be renyoo with a decisive victory on HR1. She's been performing much better on HR compared to ecicle, as at least compared to last time, where they were very close. But renyoo with a crazy score. Was that an FC? I'm not sure, but I think that was close to an FC. Maybe just like one slider break towards the beginning or something, but wow. God damn. renyoo showing once again that she is the queen of hard rock in this tourney. Absolutely insane. Ecicle played pretty well in that map as well, but just couldn't keep up. As soon as he missed, like once or twice, renyoo was there to capitalize and carried her combo all the way through the map. But now ecicle has a pick to answer back here. might be a little hesitant to pick DT because of what happened with DT2. So he might, I'm assuming he'll try to go for some kind of no-mod pick. We'll see though. I'm pretty interested to see if either player picks into alt. Oh, here we go. Alt. ecicle picking DT4, our DT alt map. I'm not sure how either player fared on alt before. I'm not even sure if they picked into No-Mod 3 the last time they played. So this will be a really interesting map. Before the match started, I would have said that ecicle has a pretty sizable advantage because of renyoo's lack of comfort on DT. But considering what happened on DT2, I'm not too sure. This map requires a lot of aim control, as well as tapping. Lots of alt patterns between sliders, and a very hard section towards the end. I still think this map favors ecicle though, because of his high skill cap. I think he'll be able to hit a little bit more of these really difficult patterns. Right, here we go into our DT alt map, DT4. Ecicle's pick once again. It is very fast. There are a fair bit of sliders here as well, so players will have to stay focused throughout the map so that these faster sliders don't catch them off guard. So far so good for both players, but ecicle does have a bit of an knack advantage. Here we go into one of the harder sections here. Okay, I guess that section wasn't that hard. Very cool. There is a very difficult section towards the end of this map though, where players will be breaking. So if the players combo through to that section, that will be the deciding point of the map. But ecicle does find a break halfway through the map. That is detrimental to his score. And he doesn't have much of an ACK advantage to rely on either. renyoo breaks, but she does have a sizable ACK lead, or a score lead now. 80k score lead for renyoo. ecicle only has about 100 score advantage, or a combo advantage to work with. And here we go into the harder section of the map. Both players already breaking. Here we go into these really tough double patterns. And there's nothing ecicle can do. He continues to break alongside renyoo. And because renyoo was able to hold on earlier in the map, she will be taking this breakpoint once again. Really unexpected stuff here. renyoo with the 5 miss, still winning against ecicle's 0 miss. You hate to see it, but it is what it is. Slider break gamer. At this point, yeah, I'm not counting out a bracket reset. It is possible. Alexia's here, ready to crown a new lord. Here we go. But to reiterate the context, renyoo is our third seeded player versus ecicle, who is our first. And renyoo is knocked down to the lower bracket by ecicle himself. So even if she ends up winning this portion of the match, there will be a bracket reset, and renyoo will have to do it all over again. And renyoo actually picking no mod 6. Insanely based pick from renyoo. I am surprised to see this come out. Even though we're almost halfway through the potential maps, this one is not one I expected to see come out until like the very end, where players needed to pick between 2 maps or something like that. Interesting stuff. Wondering if renyoo prepared for this one or not, because I think this is more of a toss-up. But maybe renyoo is willing to pick these Hail Mary maps like No Mod 6 because she does have a map advantage right now. We'll see if it works out. Breathe is probably one of the hardest maps in this pool though. It is relentless. It just does not let you stop tapping. There are so many alt patterns, so many stops and starts, and it has a deceptive amount of aim control needed. Alright. Oh, no head, back just in time. The map is AR 8.5 as well, so there is a lot of reading, tapping, aiming, everything. Just, of course, not aiming in the conventional sense, because this is, yeah, as you can see by the accuracies, this is not a very fun map to play, I think. renyoo missing early here, so whatever she was thinking, not quite panning out so far with this pick. This map only about 2 minutes or so long, so there isn't really too much room for error here, as renyoo continues to find breaks. ecicle does drop his combo, but renyoo doesn't really have anything to respond with it. And here we go into the more painful section of this map. Just so much rhythm, lots of things going on that are very subtle. It's very hard to keep track. And right now, ecicle has a major lead in AC and in combo. You hate me? What did I say? And as ecicle just keeps on holding his combo, there's not much for renyoo to do. She just continues to find breaks, and ecicle held on long enough. And this will be a breakpoint once again for ecicle. We are just going through the same motions. Oh my. What is happening in our chat right now? But yeah, anyway, that map not quite panning out for what renyoo wanted, so ecicle will be taking that breakpoint, and now he has another pick to even things out. Getting some deja vu here. Oh no, Head, it's not that I don't think the Nomad 6 is fun, I just don't think it's fun for these players to be playing him in tourney. That's all I just made that kind of assumption. But yes, very close match so far. If ecicle is able to take his pick back, it's going to be another even 4 versus 4. So let's see what ecicle has in mind. Actually picks Nomad 3, going back into alt after losing the DT4. Interesting stuff. This is a fairly different style though. Lots of snap aim instead of these flowy patterns through sliders. Another banger, if I do say so myself. You can't stay even without record reset. Unlucky. But we will be uploading the VODs of all of our matches to the UTOSU YouTube channel. So definitely keep a lookout for that. And of course you can find the VODs here within like a week or two of this this broadcast. So if you want to, like tomorrow, you can watch it on our Twitch channel as well. But please support our YouTube channel, UTOSU. That would be great. Thank you. #ad. I feel like this might have a bit of a different result though from our DT4, since it is a bit of a different style. So I'm excited to see how well ecicle does in comparison to the DT pick. I know that renyoo is fairly uncomfortable with alt, so especially the Nomad alt that she played against Bleh. So I think this will be a bit of a different story than DT4, even though DT4 was a bit of an upset in itself. A lot of these snaps catching renyoo off guard at first, but ecicle does trade. Those snappy kind of patterns do happen a lot in this map, so whoever's able to master those throughout the course of this map will be taking their point. So far, both players fairly even here. Oh, but renyoo does miss on that snappy pattern, and that will give ecicle a bit of breathing room. Three-minute map, so there is a chance for renyoo to come back for sure. But this is leading into a bit of a slower section, so I think ecicle will be able to maintain his lead and extend it until the next key eye. Oh, please, Bancho. Not now, please. Not in the Grandfinals, please, bro. renyoo continuing to find breaks here. And I think it might start to run away from her. as ecicle continues to build his lead. This last section will be a lot of score gained for both players if they maintain their combos. ecicle does find a slider break, but he does have a 100k lead, and renyoo does find a break. Good stuff from ecicle. I actually expect a bit of a higher score with the amount of combo that he was able to build up there. But from the looks of things here, as long as ecicle doesn't find a complete meltdown here, he will be taking another pick back to even out the score, 4-4. By a healthy margin at that. Good stuff from ecicle. This is such a close match. Definitely couldn't ask for any better so far. We knew that the most of the players in this tourney were not the most comfortable with alt, so we were concerned about the difficulty of some of these alt maps that we've been picking. But it seems that the scores that we see here are pretty appropriate, I think, for a Grandfinals pool. These players are very cracked. They're just destroying some of these maps. It's a pleasure to be casting. But now we go back to renyoo's pick. And the pressure is on her to keep this cycle going that we've had. Of each player getting their own picks and then breakpointing each other. And renyoo picking no mod 4. Interesting. I think this might be the hardest map in the pool. Just from how the players did last match between renyoo and Bleh. The average score was around 100k, so yeah. I will take the blame for this one. This is a very difficult map, but I do love it. This one's for me. I appreciate it. But because of how No Mod 6 went, I'm concerned about I'm concerned that ecicle will probably be more comfortable than renyoo on this pick. We'll have to see though. Sliders have been getting ecicle throughout this match, so maybe that is what renyoo is relying on for this pick. But here we go. This map is pretty relentless. Tons of slider aim patterns. Even some rhythm between sliders towards the second half of this map. ecicle finding a break here and there at the beginning, but renyoo does as well. And the sliders do find ecicle once again. But this is not even the harder part of the map. So these players have a lot to go before they actually get to the meat of this map. But so far, very even between the two players. ecicle did come out of that with a combo advantage. But there are a lot of difficult sections here coming up. Renyoo finds another slider break, and that means ecicle is able to maintain and extend his lead here. He does find a slider break as well, though. The part coming up now is going to be the hardest part of the map, so whoever's able to combo through there better might be the one winning this map. Ecicle continues to find breaks. Dude, Renyoo is gaming right now. She just FC'd the hardest part of the map. What is she doing? That's crazy. For context, her last score on this map in her losers grand final match was about 110k. That is a crazy skill increase for this map. Like, nuts stuff. Ecicle not even having a bad performance, to be honest. Like, 200k is about where I expected both these players to be at for this map. It is very difficult, but Renyoo just shredding through that ultra difficult section to find her point. And now the pressure goes back to ecicle to find something. The picks are getting more sparse though. He will be having to pick into things that may be more contested here. As if the players hadn't been breakpointing each other anyway, but... more generic maps like Nomad 1 and DT1 are still up, so he may find himself needing to go into those. I think for ecicle though, he might find more purchase in DT3 however. Renyoo is definitely not the most comfortable on that one, and I think ecicle, with his finger control, may be able to bring that one home. But he does pick the Nomad 1. Here we go. Nomad 1 alert. About 4 minutes and 40 seconds of consistency. This is the highest star level map in the pool though, besides the tiebreaker. So this could favor ecicle, considering he is a high skill cap player. But this is pretty basic stuff here. I think there are a bit of awkward patterns here and there in this map, but overall, some Nomad 1 stuff. Nothing too noteworthy. But here we go, into our Nomad consistency map. Some aim, mostly just aim actually. not too much else besides a few bursts here and there. Some of the sliders may catch players out, but I think for the most part it's mostly just a focus and consistency here. Yeah, this is Nomad 1. 4 minutes and 55 seconds, by the way. Basically just tried to find a good song that had the skill sets required for this bit. Renyoo does find a break in his first quarter. There is a lot of map to go though. The players hitting that awkward linear pattern. It's one of the main awkward patterns that you'll see here in this map. And renyoo does find another break, so the further this map goes, the greater the advantage for ecicle so far. Renyoo definitely needs a break from ecicle pretty soon, otherwise he will be getting a massive amount of score compared to her. There is a bit of an ACK advantage for ecicle as well, but it won't be affecting this map too much. We go into one of the harder sections of this map. Some of the awkward aim patterns come into play here, and the bursts. Both players hitting that, so status quo continues. ecicle just continues to build up his lead here. Even though renyoo is comboing, there's just not much that she can do. ecicle just continues to be FCing here. And as we go into the last fourth of the map, I'm not even sure if she can come back if ecicle does find some breaks here right away. And yeah, at this point, there is not much that renyoo can do. So this will be going back to even here. 5-5 for both players. But, I'm gonna not say anything for now. Valiant effort from renyoo though. She held through pretty much like 2/3 of the map at the latter half, but ecicle does find the FC. Didn't want to mention it until he actually completed. But 98% ACK FC is pretty crazy. Definitely a skill set that ecicle is comfortable with, and definitely showed it. renyoo with just 2 misses that separated her from being able to compete with ecicle's score. So definitely not as one-sided as it looked, but if renyoo had FC'd actually, it would have been the same score. Except for, unless there were some what do you call them? Spinners. They had the same amount of 100s at the end there. Should have made No Mod 1 harder. I'm sorry. I had to keep the No Mod 1s consistent. We had to go up by set amounts, and it just worked for this pool, and I liked the song. So I don't know. Take it up with the complaints department. But renyoo does pick No Mod 2. Not too much to go off of. She's going to pick one of the skill sets that I think she's been either very consistent on or struggling on, depending on the map. So we'll see how this plays out. Hello? This is not the right song. Panic. It's not working. I don't know what's happening. Let me just pick that for renyoo. Hopefully the map plays out as normal. The client just does not want to switch songs, unfortunately. Oh god, hopefully they're not in the map already. Hello? Client? Hand show? Please, man. Oh no, we were not in the map. Okay, that's good. That would be very sad. I don't want to miss any of this match. It's been so close so far. I'm just hoping that the correct map will be playing instead of No Mod 1 when we get into it. But we are in match. Okay, well that's not great. Okay, well, scuffed. I'm going to exit the tourney client right now and restart it. Hopefully we actually get into the match at some point. Scuff tourney. Okay, there we are. Hopefully we didn't go too far. Alright, cool. We're back on track. No longer a scuff tourney. And we're only about a fourth of the way through, so not too bad. So far, nothing of note has happened, as far as I can see. But renyoo does find a miss on that slide or a stream. This map is 187 BPM, so not quite the most comfortable for people who aren't the fastest. Here we go into a streamier part of this map. Oh, and renyoo just barely, I think it was an aim issue on that last stream going into the break, and this will give ecicle a hefty lead. He really just needs to break right now in order for renyoo to get back into it. But instead, renyoo is the one that breaks. and I think that's going to be a break point that's not in the script that we've been building up over the course of this match. But this is a pretty mechanically demanding no mod 2, so it does make sense that ecicle would be a bit more comfortable with this one. Yeah, renyoo just not able to find too much of a combo. Meanwhile, I'm going to be waiting a few seconds. ecicle does find another FC on no mod 2. Great stuff from him. I was surprised that he wasn't picking no mod 1 and no mod 2 earlier, because I feel like he's the type of player that would really lean into that skill set. But absolutely destroying those 2 picks. Crazy stuff. But now there isn't really too much on the mechanics side for ecicle to pick into, besides DT1. Which I also think ecicle should probably pick, to be honest. The only other picks, I believe, are DT3 and, what, HD2? Yeah, it looks like only 3 maps for ecicle to pick from. I'm assuming that he'd want to pick DT1 since it's more of a mechanics map, and that's kind of what he's been excelling on so far. But we could see the odd DT3, perhaps? Or if he wants to throw like a random one out there in HD2. He actually chose HD2, wow. Okay. Interesting stuff out here. Zepkill gets his wish. HD2 is being played. Not the map I expected, but something I think ecicle will probably be favored on anyway. One of the harder maps in this pool, and very, very tough stuff here. Lots of sliders to contend with. Some weird patterns that the players probably aren't too comfortable on. ecicle FC's 100%? I don't know about that one. I don't think I would FC. I think I would get like 400k at the most on this map. But I'm also not an HD player, so we will see. Here we go. Potentially our last map of the tournament. ecicle on match point. renyoo still looking to take this to tiebreaker. Oh my. Okay, yeah, it's not looking good for renyoo right now. Just finding a bunch of misses out of the gate. She seems to have maintained or regained her composure, or maybe not. I spoke too soon. Meanwhile, ecicle is kind of cruising by actually on 97% FC. Oh no, renyoo. renyoo is just missing everywhere. ecicle does find a break, but it's gonna take a lot more than that for renyoo to get a foot in the door in this map. This map is very cool though. renyoo crying for help. But it is not looking too great right now. Ecicle is gunning to be the next Lord of the Six Digits, to take the crown from Samantel and Lixius, who won last year. And at this point, I don't think there is any coming back from renyoo. Very unfortunate way to go out, but she definitely held her own until the bitter end, scoring 5 points against ecicle, who is by far the highest skill cap player in the tourney. It is actually insane. She's definitely been very fun to watch throughout this tourney. But as we near the end of this map, ecicle is going to be your champion of the 6-digit tourney 2. Crazy performance throughout the entire tourney. The only person he dropped any maps to is renyoo. Yeah, very close match. Well played from both players. Just absolutely insane stuff. But ecicle showing that he has the depth of skill set that he needed to bring it out. Showing why that he was the first seeded player in this tourney.